Good morning intro, day 63, take 2. Good morning, everybody. Well, it went from 87, 88 degrees Fahrenheit, and 24 hours later, it's 32, 34 degrees Fahrenheit. And this is take 2 because when I left camp, my GoPro was showing 40% power, but as soon as I started recording, it went to 0. Thank you, GoPro battery, for that. But it's normal, and I know better, and I know when I leave camp with 40% power, you're not going to record anything on a cold morning. Anyhow, the battery, or the cold, will just suck the power right out of the battery. It does. Whew! Not knocking my GoPro. I love my GoPro Hero 8 Black. There's one little thing, though. One little thing I will mention. GoPro has recently come out with a new battery, and it's called an Enduro. And this battery is in Canada selling for about 50 bucks, give or take. In the States, I don't know how much. And they made this battery because of all the complaints of poor battery life with all the GoPros. It's always been an issue, especially in cold weather. This new Enduro battery is supposed to handle the cold weather better. It's a better battery. Now my question is this: why is GoPro selling this battery to us, GoPro users, and I've had many GoPros, for $50 Canadian, when they know they made a bad battery to begin with? All the loyal GoPro camera users and purchasers out there should be shipped a free Enduro battery to replace the shitty garbage battery that they gave us when they sold us the camera. I don't get it. They want 50 bucks. Shame on you, GoPro. However, I think dollar for dollar, buck for buck, bang for bang, or whatever, GoPro still probably about the best action camera you can get. DJI have their version, and I've met guys all over, and guys out here on this particular trail, Skipper for one, who uses the DJI action cam, and he loves it to death. But he's also the first one to admit the battery on it is even worse than the GoPro battery. I got to do some adjustments and some repairs again to my articulated arm that I use to mount my GoPro with. That's why it keeps slipping and moving and going all over the place when I'm walking. I lost one of the mounting screws, or joining screws, out of one of the articulating arms. It has a total of 3 arms. Each one is joined together with a locking screw, and one of them kind of worked loose. That's also a common fault with this particular arm. A shame on you again, GoPro. But I did a quick repair miles ago now, back at the Hot Springs, and it's been okay up till the last day or two, and it seems to have loosened right off. And it was just an oversized screw I put in because it's the only thing I could find. I may have to order another articulated arm, maybe from Amazon, replace this one, or see if I can replace the bolt anyhow. And I just got an order shipped. In fact, it gets delivered today to the Staminals in Waynesboro, and I'm still a week away from there. But I could have had that on that order if I'd have thought about it at the time, but I didn't. And on that order is just 2 granola with milk meals and a set of cheap trekking poles, $25 trekking poles. Oh well. Good morning. Well, let's talk about yesterday first of all. That rain came, that temperature dropped, that wind picked up, and it turned downright nasty. Luckily for me, I was relatively close. When I say relatively, it started raining about 3 miles before I got to where I planned on camping. And that was a tenting area with a water source that would give me about a 14.2 mile day. And I did get there, no problems. But I was cold, for sure, when I got there. And it was rainy. I had to put the tent up in the rain, which I absolutely hate. Because then you end up with, you know, water, if you like, or a wet interior to your tent. But then after that, it's fine. You know, you just wipe it down a little bit and, you know, it dries off again. And then, of course, I made coffee and got warmed up and, you know, put my kind of camp or bed kind of clothes on for a colder night. Got warmed up. Now it's fine. Got a lot of notes, done some calculations. So one of the calculations I made was how much money it is costing me to do this hike. And I have just started into the third month. I think today's the 27th of April. So I'm like day 3 into the third month. And up to the end of the first 2 months, including some gear changes, shoes, other trekking poles I picked up and a few other things, I spent a total of 2,700 Canadian dollars. So that's about, say, 2,000 US dollars, which is ringing pretty much true to about 1,000 US dollars per month to do a through hike. Oh yeah, I just heard some animal in the forest, but probably a bird of some kind, but it brings back the memories of that little cub yesterday, that bear cub. Was that thing sweet or was that thing sweet? Are you kidding me or what? Yeah. That was a real pleasure. We were blessed to get that encounter, that view. So yeah, so 2,700 Canadian, about 2,000 US for the first 2 months. That's accommodation, food, transportation, gear, every single thing. If I bought a pack of gum, I wrote it down. Everything. And I've done fine. Like, I've had motels, I've had hostels, shuttles in there. It was $90 just to go from when I arrived in Atlanta to the trailhead, plus another $110 for the motel in Atlanta while I was waiting, so $200 was right there. So when you don't have those initial kind of, you know, setup expenses, the overall expense will go down. However, I also think as you go through the trail and maybe you kind of get a little tireder and so on, you appreciate a little more an extra hostel here, or maybe an extra motel room there with a zero. So that kind of balances out, I think. But I'm okay with that price, or that cost factor, that figure of money. I thought, you know, $1,000 US bucks, $1,000 a month US was, you know, doable, acceptable, and reasonable for my through hike. And then of course I have my transportation home when I eventually come off trail. Take a look at the James River footbridge. Wow. You can probably see from the water, it's very windy out here. Bright sunshine, strong winds, cool temperatures. It's about, oh, maybe 50 degrees Fahrenheit, I think. Big change from just a couple of days, well, yesterday, the day before, and the day before that, the last 3 days, until that rain came yesterday afternoon and the cold front. The Upper James River Water Trail, Iron Gate to Snowdon. Wow. Wow. Ooh. side of the Highway 401 on the parking lot, and this is the area my shuttle driver from the Seminoles hostel is going to pick me up. I am early, so I think I'll maybe dry a couple of things, like my Tyvek sheet. It needs drying, do a couple of little chores here, and then just wait for my ride. This is my bunk tonight at the Seminoles hostel in Glasgow, Virginia. Let's just take a little peek around. There's 6 bunks in this particular room. Through here, this door right here is shower and bathroom. This one here is another bunk room of 6 bunks. We have kind of a common area living room. Through here is a television room, lounge area. People watch TV, just relax. I think upstairs is probably the owner manager's accommodations. And kitchen through here, and laundry, stoves, microwaves, everything you need. Outside, big grass area, hikers getting their gear ready, packing things up, drying things out, me too, laundry, all those facilities that we use here. In fact, right down here is my laundry. I've got shorts, a shirt, this is a sleeping bag liner, this is my little bag that I use for my toothbrush and so on, shaving, socks. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful little property. Mountains in the background. Isn't this a gorgeous little place? Yeah. And right here it's $35, and that includes the shuttle to and from the trailhead. And you get a dessert in the evening, you get pancakes for breakfast. This morning they gave me pancakes that they had left from breakfast. It was pretty good too. So yeah, there's a little look at Seminoles Hostel here in Glasgow, Virginia.